Providing local origination programming to our Northeast Georgia customers, you're watching Windstream Cable Television Channel 4.
We are so happy that everybody's here. It's a sold-out event. We'll have 350 people. We have 8 restaurants, 5 wineries, and of course our generous sponsors. We're selling cookbooks that Kimberly Schlapman will be autographing in just a short moment. Right now she's on a tour of the vineyard here at Yonah Mountain Vineyards, but we're excited. Some music by Matt Freed. Heroes in Force is due to arrive very shortly, and just an opportunity for us this evening to celebrate our successes. We've had a fantastic 2015. Later this evening at 8 o'clock, we're going to be honoring Marlin Wilbanks with the Hope for Habersham Award, and then Habersham Metal Products as our business advocate for the year. So we'll be sharing lots of information.
How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. I needed the shelter. Someone's arms, there you were. I needed someone to understand ups and downs. There you were. With me out at the ocean, deeply tapped to my emotions. Thank you, baby, I just want to stop. Thank you, baby, oh yeah, how sweet it is to be loved. It feels so fine. How sweet it is to be loved by you. I close my eyes at night, wondering where I'd be without you. Everything I did was just a.
So tell us a little bit about your business and what you'll be serving the guests tonight.
Absolutely. We're Honeybrook Catering out of Salty, Nakuchi. We've been in the White County area for going on 11 years now. Today, we're going to be serving a mixture. This is Le Fin Parfait. This is made with the dessert wine Le Fin, flash chilled berries, and an Allison's honey and vanilla bean creme fraiche. Over here, we've got blackened salmon. It's a Gevrey baguette avec saumon. Basically, we've blackened the salmon. We have a gluten-free flatbread, which we're topping with a Gevrey cream, a little bit of the blackened salmon, and Parmesan. Over here, we've got the Genesis de Boeuf d'Uxelles, and this is basically our Black Angus organic beef in a gluten-free pastry shell, topped with a mushroom d'Uxelles and a touch of horseradish sauce.
We are Glenella Springs. We are a bed and breakfast, restaurant, and event venue. This evening we're going to be serving smoked trout, and then we're also serving one of our signature dish, which is a Parmesan grit cake served with shrimp and andouille sausage and our Glenella applewood smoked tomato sauce.
We're part of Monteluce Winery, which is located in Dahlonega. We're 400 acres. We have 13 acres of vines planted. We do lunch, weddings, dinner service, you know, all the full restaurant, wine bar, all that kind of good stuff. Tonight we're going to be doing a 40-hour smoked brisket with a celery root puree, satsuma gel, warm mustard, and a combination of like fat powders mixed with dehydrated beef.
Thank all of you for coming out tonight. As president of Prevent Child Abuse Habersham, I am delighted to welcome you here to our second Top Shelf event. A major part of our excitement tonight is our special guest. We are so honored to have with us a bona fide country music star, a popular cooking show host, an author of a one-of-a-kind cookbook, someone who recently launched her own line of kitchen products exclusive to Cracker Barrel, and most importantly, one of our own. It is a pleasure to introduce to you Kimberly Schlapman as our guest celebrity. Kimberly was born in Habersham County and graduated from Habersham Central High School, where she had the best counselor. Kimberly Brandon, as we knew her, was well known in this area. She was a standout with her beautiful voice, her authentic beauty, and a genuinely sweet Southern charm. Even now, after all of her fame and success, she is still a most caring, loving, and beautiful person, inside and out. We are so proud of and for Kimberly, who now lives in Nashville with her husband Stephen and daughter Daisy. Kimberly Schlapman is a founding member of the critically acclaimed, Grammy-winning vocal group Little Big Town, which happens to be one of the hottest groups in the music scene right now. Since their first top 10 hit, they have sold over 1.5 million records and received several ACM, CMA, and Grammy nominations. One of their most recent awards was the coveted CMA Vocal Group of the Year award at last year's ceremony. Yes. They are up for 3 2016 Grammy Awards in February, and they will be performing at that show. Probably one of their favorite moments happened in 2014 when Little Big Town joined a group of some of the greatest country music stars in music history as they were officially inducted as members of the Grand Ole Opry. But anyone who knows Kimberly knows she is as passionate about cooking as she is about music. She says that when she was a little girl, she would stand at the kitchen counter and pretend she was a cooking show host. It was a childhood dream that is now a reality. She hosts Kimberly's Simply Southern on GAC TV in Nashville, Tennessee. So, it is no surprise that after accomplishing that goal, her next project was a cookbook. She recently released Oh Gussie, Cooking and Visiting in Kimberly's Southern Kitchen. The Oh Gussie cookbooks can be purchased at the back of the room at the Giving Tree booth, and all proceeds from the cookbook sold here tonight will go to support Prevent Child Abuse Habersham. Now, you will need to purchase your book before getting in line for her to autograph it, because she will do that for you. Have your book first. We are so delighted that Kimberly will be presenting our Top Chef and Top Wine Awards later in the evening. Meanwhile, you will have an opportunity to meet her, have pictures made with her, and purchase one of her cookbooks and have her autograph it for you. Kimberly, your presence here tonight means so much to us. With your demanding schedule and all of the hats that you wear, and you have such a busy life, we are so very grateful that you're willing to make this time to be our guest tonight. The fact that you support our mission to prevent child abuse, it is huge. That support helps us make our county and our whole state a safer place for our children to grow. Thank you, Kimberly, for coming to be here tonight, honor us with your presence. Your time is so worthwhile, and we appreciate you so much. We love you.
Thank y'all so much. I need to copy that and take it with me. That's the best intro I ever had. Thank y'all. I'm so happy to be here. We're going to have a whole lot of fun, and we're going to raise some money for the very most important cause. So thank you.
find some place where I can lay my head. When this can't tell me where is my final bed. It is been, should have been, those hours here.
Thank you. Well, I'm Bob Miller. I'm the owner of Yonah Mountain Vineyards, and we're using our facility for this event. And so we're serving some of our wines here. We bought this farm 10 years ago. We've had wine for 6 years, and we just a year and a half ago opened our tasting room. And now we have this event facility where we can handle 550 people for a sit-down dinner or a wedding, or 1,000 people for a concert or a corporate meeting. So we're just getting started. We're excited about our wines. We just sent our wines out to San Francisco Chronicle Wine Contest. We sent 7 wines out and got 7 medals, 2 double golds. So we're pretty proud of our wines and what we're doing. And again, we're just getting started, and we invite you all to come visit us. We have the only wine caves in the state of Georgia. We do tours of the caves on Saturday and Sunday, and we serve you wine out of the barrels down in the cave. So come join us and see Yonah Mountain Vineyards.
Yes, we're Fortify Kitchen and Bar located in Clayton, Georgia, downtown on Main Street. Tonight I'll be doing a trio of Springer Mountain Farm chicken, fried chicken liver, crispy chicken skin, and a smoked chicken thigh grit cake with Georgia-grown collard greens, roasted corn relish, and bourbon bacon barbecue sauce.
That sounds awesome. And could you tell us again where you're located?
Downtown on Main Street in Clayton, Georgia.
First of all, I'd like to show my appreciation to be asked to be here tonight. Tonight we'll be serving 4 wines. One is called Old Blue. It's a muscadine base with a little bit of blueberry in it. The second one is called Midnight. It's a muscadine base with blackberry in it. And then we have a strawberry base, which is called Sunset. And then we have a Sunrise. It's called, it's a peach wine with a muscadine base. And like I said again, we're very honored to be here tonight. We appreciate everything that people do here, and thank you so very much.
It's Serenity Cellars. We've been in business 2.5 years at our vineyards. Joe Smith is our winemaker, who also makes wine for Yonah and for the cottage, and he also assists with many other wineries making wine. Our wine tonight will be our Majestic. It's our red with 12 grapes in it. Our La Familia Rosa, that is our family red, and our white Pinot Grigio tonight. So we have 3 wines, and it's very delicious. We're located in Cleveland, Georgia, just hop, skip, and jump from here.
Subdivision, and we're a boutique winery, so it's a small business, so you get personal service and awesome wine.
Well, thank you for coming tonight. How are you?
Great. Thanks for having us.
Could you tell us a little bit about your business and what you'll be serving the guests tonight?
I'm serving Springer Mountain Farms chicken. It's in a Greek-style keftet with pita bread and tzatziki sauce.
That sounds awesome. Could you tell us some general things about your business?
Sure. Springer Mountain Farms chicken is a local chicken, no antibiotics, certified humane by an independent third party. Chickens are raised in a lower density, so they're healthier and they're happier. Happy chickens make happy meals.
Well, I'm from Tallulah Falls School. It's a preparatory school for getting ready for college and everything, and we're having a pecan pie. It is our signature pie that we have at the school during Christmas, and all the kids love it.
Yes, we are at Karahi Club in Toccoa, and we are a private golf club located on Lake Hartwell. And tonight we are going to have a big green egg smoked pork tenderloin over Carolina rice grits.
I am Natalie James in Cornelia, and tonight we are serving a tricolored roasted couscous served with a cherry wood smoked salmon over top.
That sounds wonderful. We thank you so much for coming tonight and supporting Prevent Child Abuse Habersham. You have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Good evening. If I could just have your attention again, just want to share just some information. We have another special guest this evening, Dr. Jane Garvey. She is our food and wine critic. Important to the restaurants and wineries that are here. actually submitted food and wine to our critic. We're going to bring Jane Garvey up here now on the stage. We just wanted to present her with a thank you. She is donating her time to be here this evening. She has also traveled all the way up from Decatur. But if you're unaware, she travels all over the world and writes for various magazines as a food and wine critic. So we are really blessed to have her join us this evening.
This is a great event, and I'm really glad to be here. I had to get dragged up on stage. I want you all to know that. But anyway, this is a wonderful event and for a very good cause, and I'm happy to help. Take care and have a great evening.
Good evening. Jane, I truly appreciate your expertise. And this is a little gift to show our appreciation. It is from the Habersham Chamber of Commerce. And even though we are in White County, this bag is totally filled with Habersham County products. Please enjoy. Here you go. Please enjoy. Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Great event.
Hey, thank you so much for being here with us tonight.
My pleasure. I love coming home. Anything that'll bring me home, I'll be there for.
It's awesome that you're home with us. Could you tell us a little bit more about Little Big Town?
Yeah. Well, it's been a really good year for our band, and I've always had so much support from the hometown community. I'm so grateful for it. We've been a band for 17 years. The first years were a little bit lean, but the last few years have been really, really awesome and fun, and so many great things happening. And we're working on some new music for next year and lots of fun new stuff. So
that's awesome. So should we be looking for new songs soon?
Yes, we're going into the studio in March. We've been writing a lot in January, writing some new songs, and so later this year we'll have some new music out, yes.
Awesome. So tell us about your new line at Cracker Barrel.
Oh, I love this so much. I've always had kind of a dish problem where I buy too many dishes. Old dishes, new dishes, I just love them. So I have a pretty big collection of them, and Cracker Barrel asked would I like to collaborate with them on some dishes, and so I was like, well, sure, of course. Then I have a good excuse for having all my dishes. So we have beautiful plates, glasses. We have a lot of home goods. We have a really sweet little bird nightlight, some aprons. We have napkins, and we're making some new things for the spring line that's coming out later this spring. It's really fun and exciting. I love it so much.
That's awesome. And last but not least, could you tell us a little bit about just your cooking show and any plans you have in the near future?
Yeah, I've had so much fun on my cooking show. We've wrapped that show, but we're working on a new show that'll hopefully be out later this year. We are still putting that together, so everybody can just stay tuned to find out about that when it's going to air and what we've got going on. But we're working on something new. I've enjoyed doing that because I love to cook and I love to learn. And so in those shows, I would always go somewhere and learn something and then come back to the kitchen. So we're working on something new, and I'll share that soon, I hope.
Wonderful. And thank you so much for coming tonight and supporting Prevent Child Abuse Habersham. And you have a great evening.
You too. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Support is truly special in a relationship, and Prevent Child Abuse Habersham has been blessed with the support of Habersham Metal Products Company. In 1954, Jim Stapleton Sr. founded the company, which his family owned and operated. When Prevent Child Abuse was in its early stages, Mr. Stapleton was at the helm, and he supported the cause by contributing financially and attending functions. I was told that he particularly enjoyed sharing his support by participating in golf tournaments. As Prevent Child Abuse developed, so did the support of Habersham Metal Products. With Jim Jr., or Jimmy as we know him, in charge, Habersham Metal devoted more time, energy, and financial support to our cause. Of course, the fact that his wife Janice was instrumental in starting Prevent Child Abuse Habersham, that could have made one difference. And they did share that passion. So now, in its third generation, Jimmy's sons Keith and Jimbo continue to aid Prevent Child Abuse Habersham in its cause. Whatever our need might be, from sponsoring t-shirts, to reserving a table at a banquet, to being a major sponsor of any activity we have, Prevent Child Abuse Habersham can depend on the fact that Habersham Metal Products will have a part in it. One of the major contributions from Habersham Metal occurs every April during the Child Abuse Prevention Month. Habersham Metal Products is a major asset to Prevent Child Abuse Habersham as we place metal blue ribbons in the county to promote awareness of child abuse. Not only did Habersham Metal Products design and make the ribbons, they store them and deliver them to the placement sites. If you have ever driven by our hospital during the month of April, you had to have seen the sea of blue metal ribbons that flank the banks near the highway. Unfortunately, each ribbon on that bank stands for a reported case of child abuse. Reported. That awareness, and that's just in our county, by the way, that awareness is shocking and saddening. But thanks to Habersham Metal Products, we can help the community visualize the graveness of this situation. In the last few years, we have expanded the ribbon location to include Wilbanks Middle School, where our Pinwheels for Prevention Awareness Day takes place. Again, Habersham Metal Products delivers, help place, then returns to take up and clean and store those ribbons for yet another year. The very fact that this company, which now has the prestige of helping rebuild the World Trade Center in New York City, can take the time to help us with our cause is huge. Needless to say, we greatly appreciate the strength, solidity, and dependability of Habersham Metal Products in helping us as we strive to promote the prevention of child abuse. The continuous support from this company and from the individuals who own and operate the company is the reason that Habersham Metal Products is designated, as the recipient of our 2016 Advocacy Award. It is well deserved and quite an honor for them to be our partners as we strive for preventing child abuse, and we greatly appreciate them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Next, we'd like to honor a citizen. As an attorney, Marlin Wilbanks' accomplishments have brought him national recognition and has placed his expertise of handling whistleblower suits in high demand. Just this past September, he was presented the Lawyer of the Year Award at the Taxpayers Against Fraud Conference in Washington, D.C. While these triumphs deserve our attention,
Tonight we honor Marlin for his tireless fight for the victims of child sexual abuse. His heart and compassion for our vulnerable children stems from the love a son has for his mother, Marilyn Knotts, who she is a survivor of child sexual abuse. The combination of Marlin's extensive legal knowledge and his urgent need to protect children have fueled a remarkable year, making history on several accounts. Early in 2015, in coordination with Voice Today, Marlin testified many times in front of state legislative groups, fighting the opposition from businesses and other state-level organizations to help accomplish the passing of the Hidden Predator Act, which was signed this past July by Governor Deal. This groundbreaking policy reform extends the statute of limitations on civil child sexual abuse cases to give victims a chance for justice and to expose predators and keep our children safe. With the passage of this new law, Marlin saw that there was a gap in the legal field and has collaborated with his alma mater, the University of Georgia. Wait for some Georgia Bulldog fans, go Bulldogs. Exactly. But he's coordinated with the School of Law to launch the first ever legal clinic in the nation to assist victims of child sexual abuse. It will be called the Wilbanks Center for Child Sexual Assault and Exploitation Survivors. The clinic will both assist adult survivors of child sexual abuse in filing civil suits, and it will help children to gain protection from their abuser. We're fortunate, Marlin plans to be an active participant in this clinic. He's going to be complementing the law school with their experiential learning program. And with this, they'll be offering their students opportunities to serve as advocates for Georgians that may not have access to adequate legal resources. This coming April, those of you that are active in this field, you'll be happy to know that Marlin and his colleagues will be doing a lunch and learn, and we'll be sharing with you more information about that. Marlin's desire to end what we call the murdering of a child's soul extends on a national level, serving as a member of a distinguished group that has petitioned President Obama to form a national commission on child sexual abuse. Currently, these issues are handled on a state level, and they vary. And what this does is it exposes our children to inadequate care and legal resources, leaving them exposed to predators. Marlin's faithful persistence to protect the innocence of our most precious citizens, allowing them to grow to be happy, healthy children free from sexual abuse, is why it gives us, Prevent Child Abuse Habersham, great honor to give Marlin Wilbanks the Hope for Habersham Award. Won't you please join me in congratulating Marlin?
Thank you so much for that, and first of all, it's so good to be home with all of the people from Habersham County that I grew up with and loved so much, and have meant so much to me. Jennifer's remarks were correct in that the genesis of my interest in this were totally the result of having this wonderful, beautiful, inside and out, precious mother that I had, that was the inspiration not only to me, but to so many people in this organization. And to not only have her strength, but have the strength of my stepfather, Aubrey Motts, who has given so much, and who were inspiration to my Aunt Shirley and Uncle Arnold. It's a family affair. What they've done through Prevent Child Abuse has been an incredible blessing to me. And the mission, what you do, I want to thank all of you, because what you do, you can't believe the ripple effect of every godly deed that you do to help these poor children. My mother was able, after many years of dealing with this, to come out and go public, to become an advocate, to go from being a victim to being a hero. But she recognized the need to bond with other victims. And she went to a retreat, a healing retreat for other victims. and God led her to Angela Williams. Angela, stand up if you're out here somewhere. I see Phil. Angela, who started this wonderful program called Voice Today, that I serve as a director with them. But Angela was a victim and an advocate who said no more, and she actually led the legislative reform in Georgia and was the one who really gets all the credit. And but for that, I wouldn't have known, but for Mom going to a healing clinic that Voice Today put on, I wouldn't have known about Angela and known about the great need. And if it weren't for that connection and being able to talk about the legislation, I wouldn't have had the privilege to meet the Dean of the Law School who's here, Dean Bo Rutledge, and I wouldn't have the privilege to meet Emma Hetherington, who's here, who's the director of the Wilbanks Clinic. And this is Dean Rutledge and Emma right here, they're the first, this will be the first law school in the United States that has ever taken on this issue of child abuse. If you can hear that. This program is so wonderful because it's not only exciting young people about the possibility of spending their lives serving others, it is hopefully going to be a model, a template for other law schools to emulate. Because there's no reason why every law school should grasp onto all of these social issues, whether it's gender equality, racial equality, spousal abuse, but be afraid to deal with child sexual abuse. And this is the first organization that's ever been able to draw a line in the sand without Dean Rutledge's courage to say, I'm going to take this on, and we're not going to mince words about it. It wouldn't have happened. So the gist of what I'm saying to you is thank you, because this little ripple in Habersham County of Prevent Child Abuse, with its legion of volunteers and people who genuinely give it themselves, it led to all of these things that now have come to fruition, where things that we didn't think about at the time. When you were starting Parents with Partners and you were doing all of these innovative programs and visiting children in hospital when they're born, to be sure that their parents would have adequate supplies to avoid shaken baby syndrome. Those things, those ideas were unique, and it was right here in Habersham County. You're changing the world. So I'm so appreciative and so thankful to God for blessing me with a wonderful family, wonderful wife, wonderful friends. And I just hope that you will all know that your work is important. And this thing has grown. What a beautiful venue, what a great place, what wonderful leadership you now have. I can't believe from where this organization started to where it is today. There's no telling where it's going to go. But thanks to all of you for your support. Most of all, thank you for loving children and for being willing to stand up and say, children matter, and we're going to do something about it.
You as individuals have just heard of this pandemic that's going on. What is it that you can do? Many of you in this room have taken the Darkness to Light Steward Your Children training. Those of you who have not, let me share with you just a tidbit from our investigators and from the Powerhouse for Kids. In 2014, they saw 119 children at the Powerhouse for Kids. In 2015, they saw only 93. Now, 93 is still way too much, but that drop in cases for child sexual abuse is an indication that our prevention programs are working. The other great impact that we're having, our investigators are sharing with us, and the Powerhouse is sharing with us, that sometimes families are referring a case to them prior to the actual sexual act happening. So during the grooming phases of when a child is being lured by a predator, our parents, our adults, our youth-serving organizations know the signs. They know what to do. They are voicing those concerns. They are letting the professionals handling it. And guess what? Children are being protected. And that is every single one of you in this room. So we have a commitment this year. We only need to train 161 more people to reach our tipping point of training 5% of the adult population. Please, won't you join me? If you see Megan and Terry in the back on your way back, They'll give you your email address to them and your name, and we'll make sure you're aware of the future trainings. It's only 2 hours, and right now it's free. So please let us know if you're interested. So next are the Chef Awards, and we've already complimented them. We're going to have Kimberly come up, and God bless her, she's going up here blind. She has no idea really what all she's supposed to do, so I won't be here to help Kimberly, but let's give her a round.
You have no idea how blind I am up here. I just sent my brother back for my glasses. I really am blind. I really don't know who won.
And we'll work towards
Okay,
that.
yeah.
You want to do the Critics' Choice first?
Sure.
All right.
First of all, thank y'all for being here. It's just an honor to be a part of this. This cause is really, really close and special to my heart, and I'm just so grateful to be a little part of it. Marlin, what amazing work you're doing. Thank you. And you all are a part of saving children. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Let's start with everybody that participated. So
Thank you.
they're not, this one's not here. So we'll go ahead and read these that came for the participation.
All right. Chef Anka Timmons from Curry Club. Did I pronounce it right? Anka. Okay, this is, everyone who participated.
Come on up, Chef Anka.
And then Chef Jamie Allred from Fortify Kitchen and Bar. Chef Shay Noah from Granada Springs. Chef James Gill from Honeybrook Catering. Chef Sean Frickle from Monaluz Restaurant. That's not right, is it? It's probably like Montalucci. Is that it? See, you can't take the redneck out of the girl. Chef Natalie Hasley from Natalie Jane's Restaurant. Chef Jonathan Pinson from Spring Mountain Farms. Chef Carolyn Welch from Tallulah Falls School. And Chef Adam Wilkerson from White Birch Inn, Laurel Bar. Now, yep, that's all the restaurants.
Great. Can we just pause for a group
Yes.
picture, please? If you guys just bear with us. These restaurants have all donated all of the food for this event. Most of them are off on Monday, so they've donated their time and they brought staff with them. So we just want to make sure you get in there, Miss Kimberly. So if you guys want to slide back down, we'll bring the wineries up. Maybe don't go too far.
All right, now the wineries. The wineries. Mr. Marvin Denson from Curry Vineyard and Winery. Ms. Emily DeFleur from Habersham Winery. Vineyard and Winery. Mr. Tristan Van Hoff from Montalucci Winery. Mr. Joe Smith from Serenity Cellars. And Mr. Jonathan, I apologize in advance. Mr. Jonathan Bouglet. From Young Mountain Vineyards.
And take another picture with them.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're gonna take another picture.
You should be used to this.
Come forward.
Thank you. Look at all them chamber members. There again, they provided all of the wine for this evening.
Okay, so now we'll do Critics' Choice. And we'll announce the runner-up first. So that's the runner-up.
Okay, these are the Critics' Choice Awards. Here we go. Runner-up for Top Chef. Runner-up, Tallulah Falls School. Okay, 2016's Top Chef, Montalucci Winery. Hey, I'm so glad I wanted to say that before we won.
We're going to go right there. Oh, we have to move up, they keep saying, Sean.
Oh.
Sorry. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Second year in a row for those guys. Congratulations. I'm going to keep going.
You got it.
All right, runner-up for Top Red Wine. Ready? Yona Mountain Vineyard. 2016's Top Red Wine, Montalucci Winery. Come on up here.
Who was first? You get her ball. And look at that Oh, wait, hold on, Tristan.
Are we going?
Come on over. We'll do that. Come on over, Kimberly.
Come on in. Give us some love.
Glasses.
Photoshop those out.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, here we go. We're moving on to white wine. Sometimes when I like white wine with that Sprite. And when I order that before, my partner in crime, Karen, has to explain what I'm saying. White wine with a little dot Sprite. Okay. Runner-up for Top white wine, Habersham Vineyards and Winery. And 2016's Top White Wine, Yona Mountain Farm.
We want to look at that. Come on up, Miss Kimberly. Thank you, guys.
All right, we're going to do the People's Choice Award, so y'all all got to taste and eat. I didn't, so I'm going to get you some of that when I get down from here, because I can't wait. It smells so yummy. All right, so runner-up, Top Chef, runner-up, Natalie Jane's Restaurant. Top Chef, Fortify Kitchen and Bar.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, People's Choice for red wine. Here we go. Runner-up, Serenity. All right, 2016's Top Red Wine. The people say, Yona.
Could you come this way? That podium's blocking. It blocks the middle. And they're right proud of that middle.
Excited to blame.
All right, let's move on to the white wine. Runner-up, top flat wine, People's Choice, Serenity, Cognac. Top flat wine, People's Choice, Yonah Mountain.
Alright, we'll do that, then we can hold your medals.
Like the Olympics.
So we also had table decor because it matters how it looks, right? Yeah. So we got awards for top decor and runner-up for top decor, Honeybrook Catering. 2016's Top Decor Award, Glen Ellis Springs. I can't tell you how much you all in this area has my heart. This is my home. This has always been my home. It will forever be my home. And this is where my heart lives. So thank you. You, the best people on earth, are right here in this area of God's great country. And this is where I was raised. This is where my roots come from. This is where my love and my heart is and forever will be. So thank you for letting me be a part tonight. Thank you for being here and for helping the children. And you're a giving people and you always will be. Thank you. God bless y'all.
With cable television production studios in Habersham and Towns counties, you're watching Windstream Cable Television Channel 4, home of local origination programming in North Georgia. From weekly church services to sports and community events, we've got you covered. Join us 24/7 for local programming at its best. Windstream Cable Television, it's what people are watching.